Do you feel like you're constantly overthinking and constantly overanalyzing every single decision and every single situation in your life? Whether that is going for that promotion at work. Yo, what are my coworkers gonna think of me if I go for that promotion? Yo, what are they gonna think of me if I don't end up getting that promotion? Maybe you're thinking of taking your fitness journey more seriously and bettering your habits. Yo, what are my friends gonna think of me if I stop eating out with them? What are they gonna think if I stop going out for drinks when that's all we've been doing up to this point in our friendship? What is my family gonna think of me if I don't eat their home cooked meals? Especially if you're Asian like me, yo, it is disrespectful saying no to food from your grandparents or your parents. Maybe you're thinking of starting a side hustle. Yo, what is the picture perfect game plan that will ensure that I'm set up for success? Or will give me a higher chance to succeed? Yo, what are my friends and family gonna think of me if I go all in and I end up failing? If you've ever had any of these thoughts, you are not alone, my friend. In fact, all of these thoughts played over and over and over again in my head for years. I will let those limiting beliefs marinate and just keep me stuck in inaction. I would have all of these crazy ideas and try to map out the most picture perfect game plan. And I think of all the crazy situations. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if it doesn't go the way that I want it to? And I lived my entire life just constantly worrying about the future and constantly thinking about the what ifs. In this video, I'm going to talk about how I stopped living life in constant overwhelm and shifted that to action to help me create my life of my dreams. Now you might be asking, yo, who is this handsome, bald Asian dude talking to me here? My name is Daniel Chin. I am not a mindset guru. I am not a mindset coach. I am not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm a fitness guy. I help people get in shape. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how my fitness journey and my entrepreneurship journey has helped shift me from constant overwhelm to having the confidence to go ahead and attack the life of my dreams. What changed it all for me was understanding that nothing is guaranteed. You can have the most picture perfect game plan. You can have the best coach or mentors. You can have this step-by-step formula right in front of your eyes. Nothing is guaranteed. As much as we want everything to go exactly as planned, that's just not how life works. If that was the case, no one would ever have to worry, and we'd all be living our best lives. Here's a little story. If you're on a fitness journey right now, if you got a side hustle or you're an entrepreneur, yo, you might be able to relate big time here. Back in 2023, at the time, I just graduated college. I just started living on my own here in New York City. I had some massive goals for myself, and I made the decision to go all in on myself. At the time, I was prepping for my first ever bodybuilding show, and one of my biggest goals at the time was to scale up my fitness coaching business. I'd be lying if I sat here and told you that I was straight chilling, because that was not the case. I lost so many nights of sleep worrying about how I was going to pay the bills, how I was going to figure everything out, if I was even capable of staying disciplined to that commitment of stepping on a bodybuilding stage. What I love about fitness and business, like they both have this one thing in common. It teaches you delayed gratification. Yo, you can legit eat salads all day today. You ain't waking up with a six-pack tomorrow. That's just not how it works. You can go to the gym and work out for 5 hours today. You're not gonna wake up looking like The Rock tomorrow. Sorry, that's just not how it works. The same with business. Like, yes, you can make a lot of money in a day, but that doesn't happen your very first day in business. Skills takes time to develop. Your operations takes time and experience to develop as well. That process in itself taught me to shift from being result driven and outcome driven to being process driven. What does that even mean, or what does that even look like? Let's say that you have a goal of seeing your abs for the first time, or you're trying to make your first 10K month, especially if you're far, far away from that goal. It's so easy to look up and be like, damn, we got a long way to go. It's almost like climbing a mountain, right? You're climbing, you look up and you're like, shit, are we even capable of doing this? Like, it was already that difficult. Like, how am I supposed to continue doing that? The same goes with your fitness and your business. But when you break up that goal to daily tasks, to weekly tasks, to monthly tasks, all of a sudden, that goal doesn't seem that far away anymore. Because when you can simply show up day in and day out and do what you gotta do and knock out your daily non-negotiables every single day, it's not even a matter of if you're gonna reach your goal, but a matter of when. It's almost inevitable that you're going to achieve your goals if you simply decided to show up and knock out your daily non-negotiables every single day. You see, you're not going to really see too much progress in a day, in a week, in a month. But when that shit compounds over time, over 30 to 60 to 90 to 180 to 365 days, you're going to look back and be like, damn, we've come a long fucking way. You're going to be at the top of the mountain and be like, damn, we did that. You see, when you shift from being outcome driven to becoming process driven, you see, when you master delayed gratification, you see, when you show up day in and day out, regardless of what life decides to throw at you, guess what? You build that certainty in yourself. You build that trust in yourself. You build that confidence in yourself, knowing that, yo, I get to make a choice. I get to make a decision. I get to show up even when life decides to throw all of these curveballs at me. That's how you build that certainty in this crazy world that is full of uncertainty. And let's say you were to fail. First off, what does failure even mean? Let's say that you didn't get that promotion. Let's say that you started your side hustle or business and it flopped or it failed. It's not like your friends and family are gonna sit around the circle and just point fingers at you, laughing at you, ha ha ha, you failed. No, it ain't that deep. Failure to me means you decided to throw in the towel and quit on yourself, which is not gonna happen. If you're watching this video, I know you got a gut feeling in you telling yourself that, yo, I am meant out for more in this life. And I am not gonna let some slip up or some quote unquote failure force me to quit. We don't do that here. There's always two perspectives to things. You can look at a quote unquote failure as, damn, like, why does this have to happen to me? Of course this will happen to me. Yo, this fucking sucks. Like, why me? Or you can look at it as an opportunity to learn something. You can look at it as a positive opportunity. Hey, maybe you dodged a bullet. Yo, you can even look at this as data and feedback so that this way, the next time you go about it, you don't gotta make the same mistakes again. In fact, you have more feedback so that this time you have more experience to go ahead and succeed. So if you find yourself constantly overthinking and overanalyzing every single decision, what if perfect doesn't even exist? Even if you had the most perfect game plan, ain't nothing is guaranteed. But you know what is guaranteed? Even in this world full of uncertainty, you know what you can control? You can control your choices. You can control your decisions. You can control how you respond to every single situation that shows up. Are you gonna sit there constantly marinating in those limited beliefs and constantly overthinking every single scenario? Or are you gonna be that guy who takes that next step, even if he quote unquote fails, even if he's scared, even if he's worried? It is completely normal to feel worried. It is completely normal to feel a little bit scared. We're all human. These are all signs to keep us safe. But when you build that certainty, that confidence, and that trust in yourself, my friend, you're gonna be fucking unstoppable, regardless of what life decides to throw at you. I hope that this video helped. I hope that this gave you a different perspective. Go out there and create your best life, my friend. You fucking got this.